Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday afternoon tips, tricks, and training. Say that fast three times. It's June 18th, and I'm glad to see everybody here. We have something special today that I thought about um, during the week. And to take today's training, we're going to explore a concept that's essential to our marketing strategy that we all know. It's called the Keystone video, right? That's the most important part of our BRT, isn't it? You get there, they see the BRT, you do the BRT, they see the video, and then, the flow is that we get them in. But have you ever thought about why the video was called Keystone Video? I never knew a reason, but I've been thinking about that. So I was looking it up, and actually, um, we are. What I'm going to do is I'm looking at the architectural origin of it. The word keystone, which is the essential stone that locks an arch together, right? That's what it means. Now, and then we'll see how that idea translates into the business world, all right? So this presentation is my personal interpretation of how the Keystone concept fits, into our organization, all right? And how our Keystone video serves as that critical element, holding everything together to, create a strong and lasting structure for our success. So I put all my information together in a PowerPoint, which I'm going to show you now. So I thought that was interesting, and we've never had this before. So sit back and relax and see how this fits your ideas of what we're doing and what the Keystone video represents. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and move this out of the way. So we all know what this looks like. So our title, or the title that I put in there, was why we call the Keystone video, the Keystone video. Why wasn't it something else? So after looking around, this is what I came up with. What we'll discover today is that what is the keystone? First on the far left, the building block explanation. Okay, this is not the business aspect, but the building block. What is it? And how keystones, the word keystones and what they are, work in real buildings, and why businesses use the word keystone. Now, our video is a keystone, and how our video is a keystone, and the questions and discussion time after. But over on the right, you'll see get ready for fun learning adventure that will change how you think about our marketing. This is a journey and it'll give you powerful insights into why our system works so well. All right. So think about that, the keystone and our system. Have you ever seen a stone bridge? Yeah. Okay. Then think about those amazing bridges. Think about old stone bridges back in the 17th century that you've seen in the movies or the pictures. Now, these bridges are hundreds of years old, but still standing today because they're strong. So what makes them so sturdy and long lasting? The secret is, of course, in how they're all built, right? Now, some of the bridges actually have been standing for over 1,000 years. And you probably figure out, how is that possible? Right? 1,000 years. Hmm. Well, the most important stone in the arch, if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see you have, like anything, and the flow that we go through, houses, whatever, the bridges that we have now, you start off with the foundation, and then with pertaining to the keystone, you have a layer of stone, and then you have another layer of stone, and then you have the keystone, the key factor, the keystone that fits everything together and holds it together. All right. This is going to be more philosophical today than actual, right? So you want to use your imagination when I'm talking about the Keystone bridges. I want you to think about that, visualize that. So meet the star of the show. The keystone is the wedged shaped stone at the very top of an arch. Okay. Now it's the last stone placed when building the arch. And without this one stone, the entire arch would fall down. Think about that. It's called keystone because it's the key to making everything work. Are you forming a picture of where I'm going with this? Look at the highlighted stone at the top over here on the left. Now, how do you build something that stays up? Well, first of all, build supports. You start with a strong foundation on both sides, almost like the binary system, right? Then what do? You add stones. Work toward the middle. They 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 want to fall, but you want to lean them against the middle. All right. So you're adding the stones up there. Then you place the keystone, the key pot, and that holds everything together. Now it's strong. So you see the example on the bottom right. Support, 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 stone, 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 and then the ultimate keystone. Now, why this one stone is so special? Before keystone, stones want to fall down. The structure is unstable and it can't support any weight, and therefore it won't last long. Now, after you place the keystone, everything locks together perfectly. The weight spreads evenly across the arch and creates a super strong structure, which can last forever, 1,000 years or more. All right, making sense? This is the architectural part of it. Now, for example, the Roman aqueducts, 2,000 years old and still standing. 2,000 years old and standing. The medieval cathedral, beautiful, decorated, and has keystones. Government buildings, think about these things. I go slow and use inflection so you could think about what I'm saying and try to visualize them as best you can. With the government buildings, keystones, they use keystones as symbols of strength, right? Then the modern architecture, even today's buildings use keystone designs. So think about where you live and what buildings are there that you would now start looking to see if they have keystones on them, or a keystone, which is the main top of the building. So you start, smart business people borrowed this idea. And, Rory is a smart person. He's done a lot of things that nobody has done before. And I'm sure this is where he got his idea from, his past research and everything. So, building architecture, physical keystones hold structures together, right? Now, business systems. Business keystones hold processes together, right? Now, this should be gelling to where I'm going and what it has to do with our Triple R 247. Think about it now. This is getting, deeper into our process. Now, what makes something a keystone in business? Dependency rule. Everything else depends on it, like the arch stones depend on the keystone, right? Critical rule. If you remove it, the system breaks. Like removing the keystone collapses the arch. And the connection rule. It connects all the other parts together, like the keystone locks stones in place. Let's look at that. A dependency rule. Everything else depends on it. Okay, what we do is called the flow. We go from one to another, right? And our number one is the BRT into the Keystone video. Using the Keystone video helps progress the process to get the people into PBS. Without the Keystone video, it makes it really hard for the people to understand because remember, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000,000 words. So it's better if the people can see what we're saying instead of just listening to it. That's why it's important to have the Keystone video. If you remove it, it makes life a lot harder. And we've all experienced different types of flows in the past where we had to say everything and didn't have the videos that we have today. And then, the connection rule, it connects all of the other parts together. Well, when we start when we use the Keystone video, then the people get the PBS, and then from the PBS, they start moving into the other legs and parts of the system that we have. Now, the keystone in different types of businesses. Restaurant. What's the keystone in a restaurant? The chef. The chef is the keystone. Without good food, nothing else matters. In a school, what's the keystone there? The teachers. Obviously, without a good teacher, there's no education. What about a regular store? Customer service. Is that the keystone? Right. Because happy customers keep coming back. And online business, the website is often the keystone. It connects everything. So what do we have? Where do we come under? Actually, think about it. We're online business and we have a website, correct? But we're also our own boss, so or the chef in the restaurant, right? And we also are teachers because we keep helping other people know about this and we train them like we're doing today. And we have Goya to help the whole system
I'm
flow. Okay. So all of these actually fit with what
trying
we
to
have
post
going
ads and I
together.
can't.
Okay. Everybody mute, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it me you're hearing, Tom?
Yes.
I'm on my phone and I don't know how to do it. Mm,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. Now, our marketing is like building an arch. All right. So if you look at this, You have the foundation on the bottom. Each part of our marketing is like a stone in the arch, right? Picture this now. We have social media, we have emails, we have phone calls, we have meetings, we have follow-ups, don't we? All these pieces work together to bring people into our business. But what holds it all together? Think about that. What holds it all together? You getting ideas? Trying to think of something? Okay. Our Keystone video. Our Keystone video is the most important part of our marketing. Okay. Everything we do leads people to watch this video. Our BRT is to get people comfortable, knowledgeable about what we do, get them to watch the Keystone video so it's reinforced after we said everything. And remember, everything is repetitious. So the Keystone video is actually saying the same thing we should already have said prior to letting them see the video, but like all the videos, it reinforces what the words say. So the video explains what our business is all about, and it's coming from a different point of view, a different person saying it. So, like, everybody can say the same thing, talk about the same thing, but it'll come out different because every person is different. So, after watching the Keystone video, people understand our program, and then if they like it, then great. And if not, well, thank you very much for watching the video. All right. I mean, the people understand if our program is right for them. Now, it follows all three Keystone rules. Rule number one, everything depends on it. All our marketing points to this video. Again, think about what you do. Think about the flow. Think about V marketing. And you will then understand this makes sense. Rule number two, remove it and system breaks. Because without this video, people don't truly understand our program because they're not a lot of times. First of all, a lot of times they have more of a closed mind concept, you know. Second of all, you're talking to them and you're saying things that you know is important, but they may not grasp. And third, again, the video is says same thing and even more, so it reiterates what you're saying and helps them to understand more clearly what this is all about. Therefore, it connects everything together. The video links our marketing to our business opportunity. You see, it's like a hand in a glove. It all fits nicely together. Now, how people move through our system. First of all, people hear about us by the marketing that Rory has done for us, right? The lead system, our CRM that we use. Then they get curious. So that's when they come in and inquire about our online work from home program, posting ads online. Now, what do? We get to talk to them, we call them back, we give them a introductory phone call, find out where they're coming from, what they're doing, if they worked, build the BRT, right? And get to know as much as we can about them, their habits, their hobbies, that if they travel, to go entertainment, what their why is. Why are they looking? Why are they inquiring about our program? What's the most important thing that they can get by joining us and earning an extra income from home? So now we're talking to them on the phone And we're going along, and we get to the point where we guide them to watch the Keystone video. And this is where the magic happens, right? After the During the 18 minutes, you're filling in all the information on their card that you had just talked to them about. So that's the time to fill out your notes. Now, just like removing a keystone from an arch, without the video, people are confused. They don't understand our program as clearly as they should. Therefore, the possibilities are great that they won't join, and it's wasting everybody's time. And we're here not to waste time for sure, right? So therefore, with a video, it's a tool in our arsenal, but it's an important tool. It's the keystone. People get clear information with it. They understand more fully the opportunity, and they're able to make an informed decision. You know, people make a decision based upon the information that they received, and the system works efficiently. It's strong and it's stable and it's proven, right? Are you Hopefully you're understanding the concept behind all of this. And although this is my perception of it, I think it's pretty accurate. Just like a keystone distributes the weight, our video does the heavy lifting for us. And you'll hear Rory say that about actually the Keystone video will do the heavy lifting as well as other videos. But this is pertaining to the first initial part of getting people into the program. It explains our program clearly and completely. It usually answers the most common questions that people have before they have it. So, what I tell the people, I say, sit back, relax, watch the video, have a notepad, something to write with, write down all the things that you like best about it. How can it benefit you and your future and your family? And then let me know after the video is over what they are. That way I know that they're actually watching the video. So since we can't see them, what they're doing, they could have the video on and be walking away, and you never know. But by asking them that question, letting you know what they've got out of it and writing it down, it gives them something to do, and they know that more or less they're going to be tested after it's over. So they better pay attention to the video. So the video shows the benefits and the opportunities available, and it helps the people make informed decisions again, right? And saves us from repeating the same information over and over again. However, we always do anyway because repetition is a good teacher, right? Now, understanding the keystone helps you succeed. Knowledge, the most important part of our marketing system, all right? Then focus. You understand why we always direct people to the video first, right? Communication. You can explain to others why the video is so important because you already have the number one, the knowledge. And then finally, you can work smarter, not harder. I remember years ago, we had less videos, we had more text, and like a lot of things that we do that we have videos today, and Donna and the people that have been here longer, they'll remember there was a lot of talking. Believe me, I appreciate these videos. It helps a lot, you know. So the power of a good keystone. What happens if you have a weak keystone? First of all, again, gives out confusing messages. We have to use the KISS system. We have to keep this simple as possible. then you will lose the prospects because they won't know, it wasn't clear, so they're confused. So you, it's hard to hold on to them, obviously. And again, you're wasting your time and you get poor results. And that's considered a broken system. But now, taking the Keystone video into consideration as with our tools in our toolbox, it has clear communication so the people can understand more fully what this is all about. And therefore, we're qualifying the prospects, the people that we're talking to let them know that we have an efficient system here that we always tell them it's a proven step-by-step system. We even say that, don't we? This is a proven step-by-step system. And it's tested and proven. And we have all of you people that are here today to vouch for that. Every person in our system matters. You know that. You're part of an arch. You're part of the whole system, the whole building of Triple R 247. The keystone is crucial, but it needs other stones to work, right? Like anything, we need the one most important stone in our marketing arch. You. You're the most important stone in our marketing arch. Okay. When you share our message and guide people to the video, you're helping build the arch, aren't you? Together, we create a strong, lasting business structure. Together, we can't do it alone. We need everybody, all our team to come together and help us. We need them to come here on Wednesday afternoons and learn so they can move forward, move faster, and help bring us all up. And it'll help us all improve our lives a lot faster. Everyone has an important role to play. And that's why it's important to get everybody here to these calls and on training and get them to the Tuesday night mandatory call. And at first, I know how hard it is. The people aren't used to a structured system like this. They're used to an 8 to 5 job. They go in, they do that, they get out of work, and they forget about everything that happened that day, and they're on their own. We have more activities, and a lot of times the people aren't used to going to meetings at night, especially the number of meetings we have. But I always, say if, you can move as fast as you want, this is can be full time or part time. And, it's what you make it. It's your business. You can do what you want. Now, if you want to move faster and make more money or sooner, then you'll attend more or all of the trainings that we have. They're there for you. Okay. So the ones that keep coming here on Wednesday afternoon, thank you. You're on your way to success and to be able to help others come along too. So when you're all doing the BRT and a person joins, have this as part of their requirements. Come here on Wednesday afternoons because this is a place where they can share their questions and get answers and get things cleared up in their mind. Let's talk about what you've learned now. Now, what surprised you the most about the Keystone concept? Okay, we'll go over this after too. You can write that down if you have your notepad that you write down questions. Here's a question that you can answer. We can answer later. You can answer, in your own words. What surprised you most about the Keystone concept? Then how can you use this knowledge when talking to prospects? So we'll go over this and then I will be looking for answers. How does understanding this help you in your business? Write these down. How does understanding this help you in your business? And what other keystones do you see in successful businesses in general? What other keystones do you see in successful businesses? This will let you think about what we're doing here and how and what part you play in it. And remember, no matter what we tell people, every individual that tells the people their concept of the same thing, the people will be able to get more knowledge about whatever it is, for example, the Keystone, because they'll be hearing it from different people. And like has been said before in training, Rory said it, we'll say it. We could all talk about the same subject, but one person will make an impact. You know, it could be me, it could be you, it could be anybody else, but to the person that's listening, they can hear the same thing from me and other people, but there will be one person who says it their own way that will ring a bell. That's why we all have to work together and help each other succeed, and that's what it's all about. So the Keystone Principle, okay, every successful system has a keystone element. Our Keystone video is what makes our marketing work. Understanding this helps you work smarter, not harder. And you're part of building something strong and lasting. And this principle applies to all areas of life and business too, right? Think about it. It's not just here, but it's at home, it's with your family, and life in general. Every successful system has a keystone. When you're out, just out and about, just look around at life a little differently and see if you can extract the keystone from whatever you're looking at. It'll be fun. Little something to do, extracurricular for yourself. You know, like Rory says before, when somebody was looking for, let's say, a car with a certain color that he never could find before, he decides to buy it. Now he goes out of the dealership and he sees a whole bunch of cars that look the same, right? And this is the same way. We have our Keystone principle and our Keystone video, but the main building block that holds everything together. You see what other companies have or other places, you know. It's something else to look for. So I want to thank you for your attention. And the next steps are, thank you for learning about our Keystone video strategy. Next time someone asks about our program, guide them to the video first. Remember, you're helping build a strong arch that benefits everyone. Keep building your success one stone at a time. Now that you know what Keystone is, use it wisely. And there we are. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, Donna. I hope you got a lot out of this. This was, again, more philosophical than actually training. And like I said at the beginning, this is my interpretation of it, but I think it, fits pretty well to what we're doing here.
That was great, Tom. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So Where are some of the other places that you can think of people that has like a keystone that you've noticed in your life?
McDonald's, the arch.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Without their keystone, nobody would ever know, or their M, the people would never know about McDonald's. It's a brand, right? Also, that's what it is. But the keystone is the center of their business. They can have all the food and the people working there. Everybody is important, but in order to get recognized and hold everything together, they have their own principle and how to make things work their way. And we do too, where the Keystone video tells everybody what it's all about. This is the online. Mm. Anything else?
I'd say a hospital, high school, even a marriage.
That's
Explain.
interesting. What would be the
Explain.
keystone in a marriage?
God,
Communication and God.
Are the building blocks.
I would say the gym.
A marriage is like this, right? Two people, right? You get rid of one person, and marriage falls apart, right? So you're depending on each other for support. And that's what we all want here, too, don't we? We want our spouses to support us, all right, in everything we do, think, and say. Because without that support, life is a lot harder. You're teetering. Very good, Robin. Yep. That's a good analogy. How about somebody else?
The gym.
What is that?
The the gym, like working out and like exercising and the equipments and
Yeah. So help me out, folks. What do you think about a gym? Is there a particular keystone in a gym?
It's building your body, but you have to build your mind and spirit along with it.
But what would be the number one keystone? And personally, I don't know. I'm asking for help.
Your health.
I would say the individual.
fitness. I say fitness.
Personal trainer.
Your health will be the main object of that gym because you want to stay healthy.
Personal trainer. Just like the teacher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the keystone in you achieving your goal is by having a teacher there in the gym that, I mean, Rory said this also in the past meetings, right? Would you rather have a teacher that's part-time, does that part-time and he's like an accountant part-time, or would you like to have a teacher that does that training full-time, has trained athletes, and has a proven record of success? What would you choose? The latter, right? Yeah. Okay. So,
I have another one. Church.
okay. The building or what?
All of it.
Well, it has to be one keystone.
Elaborate, Robin.
That's
Okay.
the object of a keystone, the one that holds everything together.
The foundation, I would say, would be the church building. And then you got all the members.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have the minister, pastor, and then God.
Okay. So what's the keystone?
God.
There you go. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you, folks, for coming and listening to me. I hope you got a lot out of it. We'll continue this after I stop the recording. Have a great day.